Hey guys, it's Caleb again at Prehired. We're doing another Prehired success story, and today we've got Joe Kivlin with us in Philadelphia. Joe's just got hired to a top sales team. Joe, talk to us a little bit about your background and what job were you doing before Prehired?
Before pre-hired, I had been a part of a paramilitary response unit at a nuclear power plant. I was making six figures a year, but very unhappy in my role. um, no job satisfaction, very bored, very long days. I had been looking for a while to get out, and glad I did.
Awesome, man. So I can see there were some career struggles there. Did you try to solve those career struggles before you found Prehired?
I was looking around for 2 or 3 years, but I really wasn't willing to give up a six-figure job um, to go and do something else. I didn't want to really go back to college or anything like that. So I kind of felt stuck by money.
Okay. So you ended up hearing about Prehired. What were your biggest hesitations about, before joining Prehired?
Probably like everybody else. I did probably 6 weeks of research before I finally decided to do it. Um, I thought it was a scam. I thought there was no way. 6 weeks and but I finally did it, and I'm really glad I did.
Awesome, man. So, you made the leap to do it. What would you say helped you overcome those hesitations and pull the trigger?
I wanted something new. Um, I was only able to find two bad reviews in 6 weeks. The one person seemed like they weren't all there mentally, and the other one seemed like they really didn't put the effort into it.
Right.
Um, and really wasn't into that line of work. They wound up doing something else anyway. So, the thousands of reviews that were positive out there, I was like, it's worth a shot.
Absolutely. So you made the decision, you did join. How long did the program actually take you?
I finished one day short of 6 weeks. Now, mind you, I could have done it a lot faster, but I was working 13-hour days,
Right.
sometimes 6 days a week. I'm a single parent.
Right.
So I was still able to do it in under 6 weeks with all that going on in my life.
No excuses, right?
None.
Absolutely. So Joe, what would you say you enjoyed most about the program?
It was challenging. Um, and, if you really follow it, you can't fail. Um, and that's what I kept in my mind the whole time. Don't cut corners, follow what they're saying, do what they're saying to do. And, you know, I'm proof it works.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Can you tell us some of your specific results you've gotten from your job outreach, and ultimately, what was it like getting hired?
Can you say that again? You kind of hiccup there a little bit.
So, can you tell people some of your results you got from your job outreach, and just what was it like getting hired?
My job outreach was insane. I did exactly what the program taught me to do. um, my first week of doing my job outreach, I had 9 interviews. My second week, I had done 20 interviews and I already had an offer. Um, by the third or fourth interview, it was like you go over it with your mentor. Me and you went over it a bunch of times. I felt really comfortable. I wasn't nervous anymore. I feel like I nailed every interview, and I accepted a job in 2 weeks. And it was that
Proof,
easy.
you are proof in the pudding, my friend. Joe, what would you say to anyone who, maybe has been following pre-hired for a while, but they're just still on the fence about getting started? Like, what would you say to someone like that?
Just do it. If you're able to follow instructions, if you're able to be dedicated, just do it. You're not going to be disappointed. Um, I mean, I'm proof. Um, I just rolled up on my first job that I had that I accepted for a better offer than I now have. In my first 3 weeks of my new job, I was only basically making outreach calls and emails for 2 weeks. and I went over my quota a lot. I was at 240%. So it works. I mean, the program works.
Guys, you've heard it from Joe Kivlin. He's crushing it in his new job. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today, man. I know you're extremely busy at your new job. I really appreciate you getting your story out there.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, Joe.